hosted the OIC summit that was on the 4th and the 5th of May. What can you tell us about it? Was it a success or a failure?
Well, I would consider it a failure. To me, it was a success. It's very difficult to host an OIC summit.
What I may see as successful might not be the same way with some people. Personally, I don't think it is successful.
One can say it was a success.
I believe it was a success at some point, but also there are lessons that we can learn.
Thank you for joining us. This is Citizens Network Gambia. You can see we are here at the University of the Gambia School of Journalism and Digital Media. And we are here to talk to the students about the recent OIC summit that the Gambia hosted, which was on the 4th and the 5th of May. During, before, and after the hosting of the OIC, we've had a lot of issues with regards to the OIC. Some of them were negative, and of course, some of them were positive recommendations on how the event went or was. And basically, we're going to talk to the students about their opinions, their reactions with regards to what actually they think about the OIC summit. So follow us. The Gambia hosted the OIC on the 4th and 5th of May. What can you tell us? Is it a success or was it a failure?
Thank you so much. First of all, I think it was a privilege for the Gambia to host such a big event, which is considered as, of course, the second largest gathering of world leaders. We can say for the second time after the AU summit, which we saw, it was hosted in 2006, and of course now the OIC. I think it's a plus for the country because we have seen so many developments that were registered during the coming of the OIC in terms of the road infrastructure, and of course also in terms of building relationship with other countries in terms of our foreign policies and stuff like that. So actually it was a success on that side. Now coming back to the organization itself, we do know, of course, there were so many issues that were raised before during the preparations towards the successful hosting of the summit. If you know, it was postponed for some time due to uncompletion of some works that were supposed to be completed on time, which were not. So, this have some hindrance towards the preparations of the OIC. But nonetheless, I believe it was a success at some point, but also there are lessons that we can learn so that we can improve on other summits, subsequent summits that are to come.
So success could be relative. What I may see as successful might not be the same way with some people. Personally, I don't think it is successful unless I hear from what was discussed during the gathering. I understand Palestine, Israel was on top of the discussion. Whether they are actually going to heed to what the leaders discuss or advise at the gathering, because there should be ceasefire going on at that place, but they are still bombarding. So if those things are achieved, I will say fine. The OIC 2024 in Banjul has achieved one of its objectives, that is to observe ceasefire in Palestine and Israel. Also, projects are still ongoing. As I was going this morning, I still see the people who are working on the highway, the tar road, they are fixing the lights. So whether those things will continue until everything comes to a completion is still a question that remains to be answered. So if those things are achieved and we go up to 75%, we can say the OIC is a success.
One can say it was a success because looking at that, various countries, those members of OIC countries, at least they have sent their representative to come and witness the event. So basically one will say Gambia registered success. However, One may also say those members, especially the kings and other, head of states, before they send their representative, why not? They come and then make it. So basically, anything that has been discussed there, in as much you are a member state or member country, you send a representative to come and, witness the event, is a success.
Well, I would consider it a failure because not all of the things supposed to happen were met. Like, for example, let's say most of the countries' presidents that should be present at the OIC meeting, where not all of them, I think only 5 countries came. Only 5 presidents of different countries came, and not the rest. So I will consider it a failure and not a success.
To me, it was a success because it's very difficult to host an OIC summit. So for the Gambia to be able to host this OIC summit, it is a success because we have seen many reports saying that they are proud, that they are happy that this OIC came as successful. For me, I think my overview is a success. Like it is a success.
To some people, it wasn't a success at all. But to some, because they sent in their representative, they thought it a success. Like generally, what would you say made it successful?
Yes, talking about representative, yes, it's true that many head of states did not attend it. Just some head of state, just few head of state attended it. So but what the most important thing is that at least each and every of the 57 countries, they bring a representative who will come and represent them here in the OIC summit. So for me, I think there is no big deal in saying about all head of states should attend it. As what is more important is that they send their representative to come and attend it. So for me, it's a very good success, and I'm very happy. And I want to thank everybody, and especially the president, to keep on doing the good job. I know it's not easy, but let us keep on trying, and all Gambians also. It will be good very soon.
It was a success. Yeah, it was a success. I would not love to say it is a failure because there are so many successes that they registered, and this is a huge avenue for Gambia or for Gambians to attract investors. So in that regard, it is a huge success. Even though there are certain countries who participated in the OIC with let's say a top a delegate, not even a minister, just a top bottom minister, that doesn't mean it is a failure. To me, in my own opinion, it is a success. As far as the Gambia hosted this important event, and then it is an avenue, or it is a set for for investors to invest in the country and in infrastructural infrastructural listing. So I think it is a success. Yeah.
It's been almost 2 weeks now, but we yet to see any audit report and recommendations from the government. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, that is true. But everything is a step by step. Maybe as time goes on, we will hear something about it. Let us just I want to tell my fellow Gambians to let us just take it easy. Everything, it should not be in a haste. So we should just do it step by step. We will get there.
So again, some of them will tell you this is fully funded. Fully funded by who? How much did they put in there? How much was utilized? Did the Gambia actually put in any dollars in OIC? The audit report will definitely help. And I think because of transparency, the money was not sent to the Gambia government. It was sent to the Gambian people. That is why you are seeing all these developments going on. So there should definitely be an audit report. And we are all ears waiting for that report to come out. And again, if that report is out, that is the time we'll be able to say accurately what we want to say.
Actually, I don't think I can have a say on that. We will be waiting and see if they will bring that out, yeah. As far as we still have a lengthy time. I think hopefully they will bring it out. And if they don't, then we will have a say on that.
The government should at least respond, talk to people, give them the information that they need as people, because these are important public interest. In as much it is public interest, the public needs to understand and know any kind of information concerning the OIC, because the government is there for the people, that's the public. So anything concerning the OIC, concerning information, the government should get back to the people and tell them that this is what had happened. So when they don't do that, people will be in limbo. It will start giving out information which are not in line or which are incorrect. So that will jeopardize the work of the government, and then there will be no flow of information. And in as much there is no flow of information, people will not be enlightened, and then people will start talking about things that are not in line with the whole reason, and that will now give a negative connotation to the work of the government.
Like you said, since the hosting of the summit, it's been almost close to 2 weeks now since we not had anything from them. But government also is a process. Maybe one can understand today the fact that although there are so many recommendations that come out of the summit, with regards to some of the ongoing conflicts that we see on Russia, the Israel and Palestine, of course, war that is ongoing. So you could see that most of the recommendations were almost centered on those areas. So, I mean, and of course, the president also being the new chair of the OIC summit now, I think there is a lot more that people tend to foresee in terms of how the government is going forward to make sure that these recommendations that come out of the summit, is brought to the table, it's been discussed, propelled further. It should not only stop on paper, but also we should see actions being done by various heads of states of the 57 OIC member countries that came together in this land to host the summit. So, like I said, we are hoping to see the recommendations being implemented, and of course, since it is a dialogue, we also hoping to see that there would be some level of dialogues in terms of bringing these whole issues of Israel and Palestinian war into to solve the whole problem.
Well, we've all heard from some of the students that we've already interviewed with regards to the OIC summit that the Gambia hosted on the 4th and the 5th of May. And to some students, the OIC summit was actually a success because if you look at it, it is one of the biggest summit ever in the world, and they're glad that the Gambia was able to host it. And to some people, it was actually a failure because most of the things that was needed with regards to the summit were not being able to make. With regards to the coming of the kings and the big people that were supposed to be part of the summit were not able to come. They rather sent in their representatives. To them, it was actually a failure. With regards to the OIC summit, Gambians in general, most of the people were not following. Reasons, I actually don't know. But then this is some of the reactions and opinions that we've already got from the students in the University of the Gambia. You can follow Citizens Network Gambia on Facebook and of course on YouTube. Thank you.